Inspirational quotes by Leo Tolstoy. Count Lev Nikolayevich Tolstoy, usually referred to in English as Leo Tolstoy, was a Russian writer who is regarded as one of the greatest authors of all time. He received nominations for the Nobel Prize in Literature every year from 1902 to 1906, and for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1901, 1902, and 1909. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. Everything that I understand only because I love. A man is like a fraction whose numerator is what he is and whose denominator is what he thinks of himself. The larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. I think, if it is true that there are as many minds as there are heads, then there are as many kinds of love as there are hearts. If, then, I were asked for the most important advice I could give, that which I consider to be the most useful to the men of our century, I should simply say, in the name of God, stop a moment, cease your work, look around you. Only people who are capable of loving strongly can also suffer great sorrow, but this same necessity of loving serves to counteract their grief and heals them. Seize the moments of happiness, love and be loved. That is the only reality in the world, all else is folly. It is the one thing we are interested in here. The only thing that we know is that we know nothing, and that is the highest flight of human wisdom. True life is lived when tiny changes occur. Without knowing what I am and why I am here, life is impossible. A quiet, secluded life in the country, with the possibility of being useful to people to whom it is easy to do good, and who are not accustomed to have it done to them. Then work which one hopes may be of some use. Then rest, nature, books, music, love for one's neighbor, such is my idea of happiness. Patience is waiting. Not passively waiting. That is laziness. But to keep going when the going is hard and slow, that is patience. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. And all people live, not by reason of any care they have for themselves, but by the love for them that is in other people. Free thinkers are those who are willing to use their minds without prejudice and without fearing to understand things that clash with their own customs, privileges, or beliefs. This state of mind is not common, but it is essential for right thinking. All happy families are alike, each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. If you look for perfection, you'll never be content. It is amazing how complete is the delusion that beauty is goodness. Respect was invented to cover the empty place where love should be. If you want to be happy, be. Spring is the time of plans and projects. Is it really possible to tell someone else what one feels? When you love someone, you love the person as they are, and not as you'd like them to be. Rummaging in our souls, we often dig up something that ought to have lain there unnoticed. Love. The reason I dislike that word is that it means too much for me, far more than you can understand. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share in it. All the variety, all the charm, all the beauty of life is made up of light and shadow. I've always loved you, and when you love someone, you love the whole person, just as he or she is, and not as you would like them to be. If everyone fought for their own convictions, there would be no war. Happiness does not depend on outward things, but on the way we see them. There is no greatness where there is not simplicity, goodness, and truth. It's much better to do good in a way that no one knows anything about it. To get rid of an enemy, one must love him. When ignorance does not know something, it says that what it does not know is stupid. If you make it a habit not to blame others, you will feel the growth of the ability to love in your soul, and you will see the growth of goodness in your life. Real wisdom is not the knowledge of everything, but the knowledge of which things in life are necessary, which are less necessary, and which are completely unnecessary to know.